Welcome back. Today we're making chile rellenos. We started off by grilling the peppers. We did do that on the air fryer, but it can be done in the oven or in a skillet. And I'm going to put them in a plastic bag and let them sit there for a little bit, and that will help the steam come off very easily. So we'll go back to cooking in just a moment. Okay, so we let the chiles steam in this bag for a few minutes, like, I don't know, 10 or so. And at this point, I'm just peeling all the skin. And it's not gonna come off 100% of the whole chili, but wherever seems loose, kind of bubbly, that's what we remove. And it's really easy after we leave it there in the bag. And then after that, we're going to remove the seeds and the stem. Okay, this looks good. Let's see the other side. See how easy it comes off. This looks pretty good. And then after that, I'm going to remove the stem. Cut a little bit right here because that's where we're going to put the cheese. And chili rellenos can be filled with anything, meat or shredded chicken or ground beef, anything of your choice. But the original recipe just calls for cheese, which we'll do that next. And so I'm just going to remove all the seeds. Sometimes if you leave seeds in there, they could be spicy, believe it or not. And you guys prefer to use gloves for this, so you don't want any spicy seeds on your fingers. That's perfect. Otherwise, just wash your hands and do it this way. And if we leave one or two seeds, that will be fine. So this was done, and I'm gonna finish the other two in just a moment, but I'm gonna show you guys. We're boiling some tomatoes and serranos in there to make some sauce for it. We will explain that in a moment. Go. Okay, so after I was done removing all the seeds from the chiles, I'm gonna put some cheese in it. The cheese that I would like to use is this one. It's called Casera Ranchero El Mexicano, but I'm sure there's other brands out there. So let's start with the cheese inside of the pepper, and then because we don't want it to get melted and come out of the pepper, I'm gonna just put a little toothpick to hold it close, just like that. And then I'm gonna set it here for a moment, and then I'm gonna make the batter with 1 cup of flour, and then I'm gonna add probably a couple of eggs. We'll see. Okay, so let's mix it. Yeah, we need 1 more egg, so let's go for the 3rd one. I normally don't measure things, so I'm just going with the flow because I figure it's easier to replicate a recipe if you have measurements. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of seasoning in here. This is just garlic salt. That should be good. It's probably a teaspoon or less. Okay, so just mix it real good. Yeah, I like it more runny, so I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. Look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some water, so just give me a second. Okay, so because we wanted a tiny bit more runny, and I don't want more eggs, so a tiny bit of water. And this can be done with a blender, I suppose, or a mixer. But I have this one here, and that looks like a good consistency, just like for a pancake. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna set down here, and we're gonna bring our first pepper, and we're gonna fry it. Okay. So I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna grab a spoon real quick. Spoon, a big spoon. Okay, just do that. Just in case this doesn't come up. Oh, actually, I think it's gonna work. Let's see. So I'm gonna pour. Oops. I'm gonna pour some of the butter into the pan. The oil is already hot. Just put. I'm thinking that's enough. The oil is not super hot. I want to pop that heat a little higher. And before that cooks, we're gonna dump the chili right there on the edge. I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit. The oil wasn't super hot, but it will be done in just a moment. Alright, almost ready. So home I have a gas stove, so I know how to calculate temperatures. In here I'm not at home, so this is electric stove. It's a little different. I'm not used to that. Alright, so at this point we can bring the rest of the butter around the pepper. Oops, looks like it was a little bit short, so I'm gonna add just a tiny more. Or actually, let's see, what can we do? Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more butter on the sides, so we're gonna have enough. And then what we're gonna do is put the rest of the bare area into that butter. Let me grab this one so I don't burn myself. Let's see, like that. That should do it. Okay. And that should cover the whole chili. And again, this was a little bit on the cold side, and because I'm not used to cooking on a gas or electric stove. But I'm probably gonna turn it back again on this side because it's not golden brown like I should be. Make sure the eggs cooked all the way. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let the oil last one splash. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe there was a drop of water in it or something. Just check the bottom of this. So I'm thinking is the tongue part was a little white. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So as you can see, the whole chili, most of it is wrapped around pretty good. So I'm just gonna let it cook a little bit on the other side until it's brown, just like this side. And I see a little bit of that in this side. I'm just gonna help it with some of this. And then after I cook all of them, we're making 4 chilies. I'm going to get rid of the oil. And I'm gonna add this sauce that I made earlier. This is just tomatoes and serrano, like I said, boiled and blended, and I added a little bit of salt and pepper, and so we just add that to all chilies when they're buttered like this one, and let it boil for a little bit, and then we'll be ready to serve. Maybe we'll come back after we serve one of them because we're gonna make beans for the side as well. So we'll see you in a minute. Go. Okay, so we ended up adding a little bit more eggs to this mixture because it was a little bit thick. And again, I'm just kind of trying to measure things for you guys. In total, we had 6 eggs, 1.5 cup of flour, and about a cup of water just to make it a little bit more thinner and make it easier to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this, and if you guys can tell, it's a lot easier to work with. So I put enough for like the whole size of the chili, or even a little bit bigger than that because you want to wrap it around. So we're gonna go with that and let it cook for a little bit, and the oil is nice and warm this time. Alright. And then so we ended up making 4 chiles, and as you guys can see, we did the other 3 already. We're working on the last one here. And let's see. This is good. Ready to go. So I still need to bring that over and wrap it, but I think I'm gonna do it the other way because I'm on the other side to cook along with the chili. So I'm gonna help myself with all of this stuff here. So wrap it around. Just like that. Perfect. So it looks good. See how it's nice and brown. Almost done. And then I can actually cook the edge as well. Let's bring it off this way. So the other side is nice and brown already as well. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Let me show you guys the back to see that it's pretty brown as well. It's kind of on the dark side. Let me bring it over here and we can take a good look at it. Right there. And then what I'm gonna do next is get rid of all this oil. That's too much. I'm just gonna put it in this pan because we're gonna make some beans in there. I'm just gonna leave a tiny bit for the sauce. And I'm gonna bring those chiles back in here. And sometimes I have made it where it's just kind of dry like this, but it's nice to have a little bit of sauce with it. And that way you can add other things that are dry, like beans or rice or anything else. So that's in the pan. And then we're gonna add the sauce. Also forgot to tell you guys, with the leftover, you can just cook it in there like a pancake and eat it or give it to your doggy or whatever. So here goes the sauce. Might make some noise, sorry about that. Not too bad. And the sauce was 4 tomatoes and 3 peppers. Yeah, let's put that in there. Put this down. So we're just gonna boil for, I don't know, a minute or two. And let's see. Consistency is pretty good. A little thick, not too bad. And this is gonna be just a little spicy, not horrible. I'm not big on spicy food, but obviously if you guys like it more spicy, then you can add more peppers. And it can be jalapenos or what's the other kind? The dry ones. What are the dry ones called? Like crushed peppers, but this one with serranos and tomatoes comes out pretty good. And as you know, there's 2 types of tomatoes, the Roma and then the other big large ones. I'm not sure the name, but either one will work. This is looking pretty good. So we're just gonna let it boil for a minute while we make the beans, and we'll come back where we'll show you guys when everything is done. Okay, so we are done cooking. This peppers boiled for, I don't know, 5 minutes. I forgot to tell you at the very beginning, these are called poblanos. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve myself one. Let me actually use the spatula. Let's see what they look like. Look at the size of those. Giant. And then I'm gonna serve myself a little bit of beans here on the side. This is refried beans. I do have another video where it shows how to make beans. This one, it was just boiled beans that we fried with oil. Just the bean musher tool we have, or utensil. A little bit of salt and pepper, garlic. Boil for a few minutes. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the sauce over my chili. Look at that. There you go. And you guys love cheese, you can add more cheese over everything, but for me this is plenty for now. I'm gonna set it down and I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see, I'm gonna cut a little bit of the tip of the chili. It's gonna be really hot. I'm gonna try the beans first. Hot. Very good though. Let's see, the pepper is not too hot to burn. Oops, I think I know the actual pepper and the cheese. Let's show the cheese over here. Let's get another little bite. There's the cheese. This is the best part of making a pita. You get to show the food, what it looks like. There's the cheese in the middle with all the good stuff. The pepper, the eggs, the sauce. I'm just gonna butcher this pepper and take a bite. A little bit of everything. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope anybody makes it. Thank you.